Welcome to another community conversation. I'm your host, Ian Parkinson. Today I have with me Mullis, Executive Director of the Root Cellar in Medicine Hat. Welcome, Melissa.
Thank you for having me.
So, big, huge fundraiser coming up.
Mm-hmm.
This is an imaginative one, Dinner in the Garden.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so we created the Dinner in the Garden series as a way to celebrate our new space. The garden at our new facility is just gorgeous. It's something beautiful out of Pinterest. And so we wanted to celebrate the space and have people gather there. But the whole purpose of the event is to bring people in and teach them about what we do. We found a really powerful tool that we've used since we moved into this space was, having people tour the building and having people see what we do, and then in turn they become advocates for what we do. So we created these dinners as a way to bring people in, but also give them an experience. So they come in and we do a tour right away. They get some appetizers, some champagne. We do a tour. Then they go on a sunshine trolley tour. So we partner with the Tourism Medicine Hat, and they go learn a little bit about Medicine Hat, come back, and then they have a beautiful plated dinner in the garden where we have a local chef from the community who has made them a 5-star meal. So appetizers, meal, and also dessert. And then we also have a local entertainer. But when they buy the tickets, they have no idea who the chef is. They don't know who the entertainer is. And it's kind of like a little surprise.
Okay, so before we go any farther, how does somebody purchase the tickets?
So on our website, mhrootcellar.com, there's links on all of our social pages. There's links. It's on a website called Zephy. You can also search the Root Cellar on there.
Okay, and you're doing 3 dinners?
Yes. Yeah.
So July, August, and September.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, is this 6 people that don't know each other, or 6 people that have decided to go as a group?
We've seen all kind of sorts of. We've seen people come by themselves, people buy a whole table, or people just come in a couple. There's room for 16, so we really like to keep it really intimate. And yeah, it's really really cool.
Okay, so I believe you've got 2 more fundraisers coming up as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have the race.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
So the Amazing Race for Hunger event is on August 24th. I had to think about that. August 24th, and it is again a really innovative way to fundraise in our community. So this year we have 19 racers, and they are racing all around our community, doing challenges in local businesses and raising money for the Root Cellar.
Okay, where does most of your funding come from?
So we are community funded. So we, all of our programs and services are funded by the kindness of our community. We do apply for grants and different opportunities there. We have local businesses that support us and local companies that support us.
Now, in going through your website and in speaking with you earlier, you're more than just a food bank.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not somebody shows up, gets a bunch of groceries and splits. You've got, if I count, 12 or 15 different programs running at the same time.
Yeah, we have a lot of different things that we do. We have our brown bag lunch program where we're feeding over 1,500 children in local school districts across our 3 districts. We have our Healthy Bundles program where that's funded by the United Way, and that is where we help mothers who are pregnant or breastfeeding with extra nutrition and diapers and things like that. We have our Food First program where we are teaching people how to cook and giving them life skills and to empower them. We have our gardens, lots of different things that we do.
How do you like your new facility?
It's amazing. It's really good. My favorite thing is that we kept a community space as a community space. So we often have firefighters that come in and say, can we just walk around? We really miss it here. We actually have a volunteer that used to be a firefighter there that comes and volunteers once a week, and just because he missed going to work there. So I just really love, I love the space. I love that it was tailored just for us. We are bursting at the seams a little bit, so
already
we are. So that's a fun new challenge that we have. But it is a beautiful space, and we're really grateful.
So, what on your website? What do you mean by food insecurity?
So So food insecurity is a position that people find themselves in when they don't have enough resources to get the food that they need. So whether it be lack of income or lack of employment, or just a situation like I typically can stay above the poverty line, but my water heater went, or my tires, things like that. So it gives people an opportunity to identify as I need support, and they come to us, in those different situations.
How do they get that support?
So there's many ways that you can get support, but typically it's phoning, making an appointment, and talking with our social workers. And then our social workers case manage everybody as an individual, and then make them a plan that they all work out together, and then they're able to be supported to the capacity that they need.
Okay, in talking earlier, you've seen a huge increase in the number of clients in the last few years.
Yeah, so 2019 was when we saw, a really big increase in our organization. And between 2019 and January of this year, we've seen a 170% increase. So we were feeding just over 1,000 people in 2019, and now we're over 3,000 people a month. So it's a lot of people in our community that are needing support.
It is indeed. And apparently you have a conference coming up
we
too.
We do, yeah. So Food Banks Alberta is hosting a conference in Medicine Hat. So we are the host food bank, and we have food banks from all over Canada, all over Alberta, coming to Medicine Hat next week.
Okay, what particular topics are you going to... Obviously, fundraising is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
But what other topics do you cover?
So we talk about volunteer management and client management. We talk about different strategies for fundraising, different board governance things. It covers a lot of different topics, and we're really excited because what we do in Medicine Hat isn't typical of a food bank where we have our shopping model. And so I'm actually really excited that I'm presenting to all of the food banks to teach them about what we do here.
Okay, spoiler alert. What is this shopping program?
So instead of handing people a box of food, we actually give them the dignity and the ability to shop for their food. So our organization our building is set out like a grocery store. Co-op gave us all of the fixtures from one of their stores. And so people actually have the dignity to choose the types of foods that they like. So they come in, they shop, they pick their foods. Before COVID, our organization was a shopping organization. Through COVID, we didn't have the capacity in our building to let people come into our building and shop. So we actually transformed to hampers, and coming back into this space where now we are having people shop again, we actually learned that we give out 30 pounds less per person by giving them the opportunity to choose their food, as opposed to just giving them a box of food. So the pounds going out is a lot less because people are just choosing and taking what they need, as opposed to just a lot of waste.
It's a very clever way of doing it. Well done. If somebody wants to donate, and I seem to recall this from years previously, do you prefer gifts of food, gifts of cash,
right,
or which one?
So I always like to say I like both a lot, and there's a couple of reasons for that. So I like when people donate food because as an organization, we only purchase 15 items. So these are items that we always commit to having on our shelves. So they're kind of those staple items like tuna and peanut butter and flour, pasta. And then sometimes when people donate, they donate other things. So it also gives our families a little bit more variety. So they'll get things like cookies or crackers or different kinds of of flavors of things. Right. And so they both have value. When I talk about cash donations, because we have the ability to get special discounts, and we have a bigger buying power with local grocery stores or local producers, it gives us the ability to stretch dollars a little bit further. So when we are purchasing those 15 items, we're able to buy more because we are buying in bulk. So they both have value. I just think that it just really is the preference of the donor and what they're feeling.
Which is fair enough, because I seem to recall you could multiply $1 by 5 at one time.
Yeah, it's really good. We have, maybe something that a lot of people don't know about our organization is we have a huge economical impact in our community. We're buying, hundreds of thousands of pounds of food from local grocery stores in our community, and so we have the ability through those partnerships to get really special deals, and they actually phone us and say, hey, this is going on sale, and we have really good relationships with the grocery stores in our community.
There are advantages to being a bulk buyer.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there anything else you'd like to speak to?
I just want to say, you know, we are so grateful to the community for everything they do for us. We wholeheartedly we believe in what we do, and we're so grateful that there's so many people in our community that also believe in what we do. And the best way to get involved is really to just look at what we're already doing and support it. So if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I'm fundraising for this, you know, support that little fundraiser. We just had the food roundup, put a bag on your step. Just really, really easy ways. It doesn't have to be, you know, a $10,000 donation to make an impact to our organization. So, you know, with respect to the food roundup event, you know, all you do is you put one bag of food on your step, and we got 40,000 pounds of food in a day. Like, it could just make a little, you know, a huge impact just by that little gesture. So that's how I would, you know, kind of encourage the community. You know, maybe you can't do that big donation, but $20 helps, or a bag of food helps. Every little bit helps.
Well, I noticed on your website 2 interesting things. One of them was donate a car. Mm-hmm. So that somebody just wants to get rid of an old junker, they call you?
Yeah, they call the Donate a Car program, and they can donate a car, and then the proceeds of that car would go to us.
Okay, and you also recycle.
Yes.
Which I was surprised to see.
Yeah, we have a program that's really cool. It's called the Loop program. So we get donations from different grocery stores through our food collab program. So every day we go to grocery stores and pick up the food that they can no longer sell, based on best before dates. Because we're a food bank, we have special rules that give us the ability to stretch it a little bit further. So there's sometimes that food that comes in that's not good, or food that, you know, kind of goes past that date on our shelves. So then every single day, at the end of the day, a farmer comes to our back door and picks up the food that we can no longer give away, and they feed it to their livestock. So we're not putting waste into our landfill. And then what's really cool about that is 9 times out of 10, they're actually really grateful that we feed their animals. They donate us animals, and the Kinsman Club of Medicine Hat actually support us to pay for the processing of those animals. So in turn, we give our garbage away, and they actually give us meat and to feed our families. So.
I'm sure Jamie Garland from Environmental Utilities is more than happy to hear that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's impressive. Actually, well done.
It's not our program, but a lot of food banks in Canada are on this program, and I think it's so important to keep food out of our landfill. So I think it's great that a program like that exists.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching.